Hi, Tom. So we were all about the key of G major or E minor, as the case may be. So first off, I'm just going to go through the scale real quick, and then we'll just talk about some of the phrasing that we did, and then the theoretical end of it. Really, so you've got all the chords laid out and how they're derived as well. So just first of all, with the chords, just put them together, explore them, and see how it goes. Then start changing them around, like what I was saying. For example, if you're in the key of E minor, naturally the fifth is going to be a B minor, but oftentimes it's going to be a B major, and you get the kind of ironic effect of having a major chord making it sound more serious. So there's E minor, B minor. So you got a major chord there making it sound kind of more dramatic almost. Another variation would say E minor to A minor. So the natural fourth of E minor would be A minor, but it's common enough to make it a major. So it's kind of a brighter sound almost in that particular context. So there's a lot of variation you can do. Oh, and one more thing as well, the diminished chord, F sharp diminished. There it is. So my thumb is getting the A string out of there, and my middle finger is touching the D string. So a fairly obvious way to use it would be to go from E minor to F sharp to G. So so the diminished chords, just as I said, they do things that minor and major chords just don't. So it's worth having them in your pocket as well. So the scale anyway is open 2 3, open 2 3, open 2 4, open 2, open 1 3, open 2 3. All right. So some of the phrases we did then. This one. So we got that nice semitone clash there. So sliding from the second to the fourth on the D string, open G and third fret on the B string. Then you could take it down to an A minor 7. And keep in mind as well that that if you just play open D string, G string, and B string, that's a G major chord as well. Okay, so then we had the other kind of similar double stop. So that's second fret, first fret on the third and second strings respectively. Slide it up, slide it back down. You could maybe, where you slide or where if you just put, that's entirely up to you, what kind of phrase you want. Something like this. And as well as that, if you want the more bluesy effect, add in the in-between one as well. So on its own, it doesn't really make sense, but as a kind of a transitional thing, it works. And then we had... So kind of peel your fingers off. Establish both of them down there first. Pull off, pull off, pull off again. And you don't need to... You can afford to be just a little bit sloppy about it because all of the open string notes are within the key anyway, so they're not going to sound bad if in the process of doing a pull off you hit one of them by accident. That's going to be perfectly fine. Okay, so then we had, so that's another double pull off, 3 pull off to 2 pull off to open, third finger sliding from the third fret up to the fifth fret on the B string. And then again, you want to hear both of them at the same time. So that's just a couple of example phrases to get you moving around the scale. But again, just stringing together hammer-ons and pull-offs is always a good idea, And particularly, one thing we didn't really do much of, but it's a very, very nice little technique, is what I always call the pick, hammer, pull. So just pick, hammer, and then pull back off. So let's try this one. So that's open, B string, hammer on and then pull off. So you've got that little pick, hammer, pull, and then another note on the string adjacent to it or above. And it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have a little break there. It should be da 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 da, all equal. And then maybe a break after this note. Okay, so have a look at the chords and see if you can sort of weave in, put a few of those chords within the key together. See if you can just weave in a little bit of melody into it as well, and just kind of make it nice and coherent. And yeah, so it's a nice way to color up your playing a little bit. So, but it's when you kind of play it yourself a few times, get more and more comfortable with it. You're not having to think about it so much. That's when you start to put your own touch onto it, your own style, and adapt it for what you need to do. So those are just a couple of phrases that I personally would do, but it might not be what you would do. So playing the scale up and back, weaving a little bit of melody into your chords, and that's how you find that stuff. So, all right, I'll see you again.